Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl, Indira Perot, and I'm the Women Entrepreneurs BFF. I help you to sell more, slay more, and squeeze less. And today I want to talk about the fact that I'm not your typical entrepreneur, and I'm definitely not your typical date. And I want to just share a story with you about a date that I recently went on and how I really came to the realization that a lot of times people behave in their dating life the same way that they do in their business, and then they wonder why they don't have success or why they don't have sales. So, first thing that I can notice is okay, so I met this guy a couple months back, very handsome man, 6'2", built, brother was fine, right? And I noticed that, initially, he was the one who approached me and, got my phone number and my contact information. But then I started noticing, like, when we first met, it was like I was, having to initiate conversation, or if not, he would only initiate conversation, like, if he saw like I was in town or something like that, but it was never to actually like check on me as a person. And so a lot of you in your business dealings, that's what you do. Like you email people only when you're in a launch or only when you have something to promote. And that's one thing, but then the emails and the promotions that you're doing is not giving them anything of value why they would want to trust you to go further. And so that's the same parallel in dating. Like if you're only contacting the person when you're quote unquote in town or when you're nearby or when you want something, you know what I mean? The person after a while is going to be like, whatever. So of course, the person, dude continues on that path. So it's like every time he would be in Orlando and would reach out to me like, hey, I'm in town, you want to hang out or whatever, it would always be like when he's already here or, maybe like the day before. Okay, I have a life. I work, I do things, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm busy, like I have friends, I have an active, life, so you can't just show up and tell me like, oh, I'm here, or I'm coming, the next day and expect I'm going to drop all my plans because you decided to interrupt my weekend. And again, that's the same thing a lot of entrepreneurs do. And I hope that you're not, because we're about to change it. It's like, okay, when you have a launch, you expect when you start sending these promotions or these emails or these social media posts, you expect that people are going to drop the business of living to gather around what you want to do. Of course not. So if what you're doing is not actually solving a problem for them, like there's really there's no need for them to stop what they're doing or their plans in order to get behind your launch if you haven't proven to them that what in the past content, in the past dealings and conversations that you've had, that you are someone that they should take serious and that has value in what you're offering, right? So after that happened, I think maybe like 3 or 4 times, finally a weekend came where, he was in town and I was actually available, or, I decided to make the sacrifice or whatever to spend time. And it was kind of like, well, I hope you don't think that, what is going to happen, because I can assure you it's not. Because in my opinion, you haven't done the work of somebody who actually cares about me as a person. Like this could just be, okay, I'm in town and I want to see if you hang out. Well, that's not taking a personal interest in me and what I have going on in my life. You have no idea. Same thing, a lot of online entrepreneurs or, even network marketers, anybody that's in the business of selling, it's like the sales transaction is the ultimate, you getting the goods basically. And you can't presume to think that you're in a position to get the goods if you haven't shown an interest or taken time to show that you care or that your product or your services actually solve a problem for people. This is not, no one is going to, and this is why a lot of people get upset when their friends and family don't support their business and things like that. But nobody, unless you're showing the person what the benefit is for them, you have no right to ask for the goods. If you haven't shown that you can be consistent, that you can be trusted, that you care, like, no one is gonna give you the goods. And so don't get mad when you launch your things out in the atmosphere and you hear crickets, if these have been the tactics that you have been using. So if this is what you've been doing, it's okay. There is hope. We can start over again. I would love to invite you to my free Facebook accountability group called Elegant Entrepreneurs, where I help women entrepreneurs to be accountable for their goals, because this is the year that you secure the bag, right? So in that group, once you click the link, you will be able to get the invite into the group, and I will send you a beautiful manifesto, which are some declarations that you can just basically say to help you to get into a language of belief and to help you to be able to attract, not chase people. Like, don't be like, dude, that was, a horrible date. But, I got a free meal out of it, so it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you don't show people that you're actually interested in them as individuals, you're not going to get the goods in dating and in business. Okay? All right. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.